Welcome, everybody, to Target Field here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's the final home game of the season for the Twins, and it's another important tilt for the Mariners as we welcome you to Mariner Baseball here on Root Sports. Take a look at the upcoming schedule, and boy, it is critical as to what happens here coming down the stretch. And Mike, got to root for the Toronto Blue Jays right now.
You really do. You can see the Blue Jays are going to get Baltimore next, and Baltimore is the team that you're trying to get in that second wild card spot. So really, we're all cheering for the Blue Jays when they take on Baltimore. For the Mariners, I think you have to look right at Houston. That's going to be the big series. Mariners, unfortunately, are going to finish up with Oakland, have 4 games at home to finish up the season. They've done well against Oakland this year, but Houston's going to be a big series. Before you get to that, though, you have to win this game this afternoon. Obviously running out of time, Mariners with just 8 games left.
CenturyLink bringing you the Houston series. What's next? Good matchups. We've seen these before. Last week, Iwakuma, McHugh, Felix and Fires, Paxton and Pfister. You want to talk about some critical games.
You're right, and when you look at that lineup, though, that's the same pitchers that were pitching at Safeco Field. You're going to see a lot of curveballs. You're going to see a lot of changeups, so the Mariners need to make some adjustments to the Houston pitching staff.
Guillermo Heredia ready to lead things off here. Good to have you with us here on Root Sports. Dave Sims, Mike Blowers, Root Sports crew. Let's take a look at the rest of the Mariner batting order.
And Robinson Cano hitting third in the lineup, hitting .407 in 21 games here at Target Field. So hopefully that will continue. Nelson Cruz 4 for 9 with a couple of home runs, 6 RBIs in this series with 2 doubles. Has a 9-game hitting streak here at Target Field, hitting .425 with 7 home runs in the 9 games. Jesus Sucre, he's going to get a chance to start here in this series. .474 hitter, 9 for 19 in 6 games that he has played this year. And for Hector Santiago, you look at his numbers, 12-game winner this year, .482 ERA. Again, you're going to see his fastball, he likes to throw it quite a bit. Has a pretty good fastball, too. His fastball right around 92 miles an hour. Mix in a cutter. Also likes his changeup. Every now and then he'll use a curveball. And look at the defense. Byron Buxton in center field. He robbed Nelson Cruz of a home run in game 1 of this series. He covers a lot of ground in the outfield. Miguel Sano started at first base in the first game, but played third base last night. Made an error, but also made a couple of nice defensive plays. Juan Centeno will get his first start of the series behind the plate.
Well, here we go against Hector Santiago. That's what he did in his last outing. Here's Guillermo Heredia. And a first pitch strike. Jerry Lane, the crew chief, has balls and strikes today. Hunter Wendelstad at first. Toby Basner at second and Tripp Gibson at third. 65 degrees here in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Santiago started against the Mariners in April and in May. Pitched well in those 2 outings. 2-0 with a 1.29 ERA as already hits this out to right field.
Nice catch out there by Max Kepler.
Certainly struggled in his last outing, and he has really struggled in August and September. His ERA over 6, so hopefully that will continue in this one as you take a look at Kepler in right field. A little bit of a bobble, but able to make the catch up against the fence.
Franklin Gutierrez will step in now. Right-handed platoon in force here today.
Franklin is 4 for 12 in his career against Santiago.
Tough one last night. 3-2. Twins win the ball game. And Goody skies one deep to center. Going back is Buxton on the track. That ball's got some carry there. It's the wind blowing out towards the left. And makes the catch. Wind blowing pretty strong. Flags atop the grandstand, left field, pretty much straight out. .15-mile-an-hour wind. Here's Robbie Cano. Cano on a nice little tear recently. Good to see that. 6 for his last 9.
Combination of himself and Nelson Cruz in this series have done most of the damage as you look at the numbers for Cano. And last night was disappointing. They were on base quite a bit, but the team 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position.
3 defenders right side of the infield. Whoa, Jerry. Good catch by Centeno and Cano. Jerry's not wearing the helmet.
We'll take a look at the foul ball. 89 miles an hour on the fastball. Right under the chin. It staggered him. Nice job for the guys to keep him on his feet.
Great reacts by Centeno, the catcher, and Cano. I just would imagine these umpire crews are tight. Generally are together. A lot of guys are together for a lot of years.
I think we might have a change behind the plate.
There we are. It looks like Hunter Wendelstedt going down a change. Boy, that man.
These guys take shots all the time. It's rare to see them stagger like that, so it's probably best to be careful.
Absolutely. We'll step aside, come back to Minnesota right after this. Waiting for Hunter Wendelstedt to put his gear on. He's going to work home plate. Jerry Lane took a shot on a foul ball here by Robinson Cano. And here it is again, and boy, it ate him up. Here's another look. Occupational hazard. That really stinks. Jerry, veteran, been around for a long time, good umpire. Boy.
He's one of the more senior umpires, and when it catches you on the chin, that's when you're going to feel it the most. We see these guys get hit all the time, and he's still having a difficult time just leaving the field. No.
Speedy recovery, Jerry. Get well, man. Wow.
Right there. Yeah.
Take a look at a little pitcher comparison. A couple starters here. Walker and Santiago in September.
Well, I think for Taiwan, you look at his numbers, and it's a strange September for him. Really struggled at the start of the month. Has been better in his last 3 outings. And then for Santiago, already just over 4. Again, the Mariners have seen him a couple of times this year. He's pitched well against the Mariners, and if he can command his fastball, he can be tough at times. Also has a cutter. He will use his changeup quite a bit today, so the Mariners are certainly aware of what he has.
Hopefully he's not going to be breaking out any curveballs, and if he does, hopefully they'll jump on it here today. We'll throw a few more warm-up pitches. Break any action. Back with more after this. Lane knocked out of the game on a foul ball. Hunter Wendelstedt, first base umpire. He was next to work home plate where this crew's heading next. So put his gear on, and San Diego will throw a couple warm-up pitches, and we'll be back to action. And boy, there's some good news. The Royals all over the Tigers early on, 7-0, and the Blue Jays lead the Yankees 1-0. However, there is a flip side. The Orioles on top of Arizona early 2-0. Angels and Astros just underway. Delta Airlines keep climbing standings in a wild card. We talked about before, root for the Blue Jays.
Well, I think at this point, Baltimore, they have a tough series coming up after today. The Tigers also the same with the Cleveland Indians, who they've really struggled against. So Mariners need to continue to win ball games, win this series today, go in, do your job in Houston, and then hopefully we'll see these things change around again. The Mariners will be in that second spot.
Door's been open for him, that's for sure. Opportunity is there. Cano held out his hand to get a little dap from Hunter Wendelstedt, and Hunter left him hanging. All right, here we go. 0-1 pitch from San Diego. That's fouled back. Probably 3 for 21 against San Diego. San Diego, it's been a struggle.
And you can see from the tracer, first 2 pitches, fastballs on the inside corner.
Santiago, 6 foot 215, 28 years old, out of Bloomfield, New Jersey. And began his career with the White Sox, was there from 11, 12, and 13, then the Angels 14, 15, and into this season, and now Minnesota. All-Star at 15.
Right now he's going right after Robbie. 4 pitches, all of them fastballs, one of them a cutter.
3 defenders right side of the infield for Cano. Swinging a hot bat, 6 for his last 9. Breaking ball popped up. Sano, the third baseman, is there, and that'll do it for the Mariners. 1-2-3 in the first. Taijuan Walker, Mariners leaning heavy on him here today. Back with the Twins batting order after this timeout. Today here in Minnesota, scene of one of his greatest triumphs last year. Here's the batting order that he'll face today.
And for manager Paul Molitor, leading things off, it'll be Ryan Dozier. 42 home runs, 99 RBIs out of the leadoff spot. So far 0 for 8 in this series against the Mariners. Joe Mauer, he will get the start of 13-year career. You can see it. 309 batting average, 130 home runs in his career. Miguel Sano, a home run yesterday, his 24th. If we take a look at Taijuan Walker, a 4.32 ERA in 123 innings. He has 109 strikeouts, 30 walks on the season. Opponents hitting 246.
Hit hard. Oh, smash. Knocked down by Seager. Throw by O'Malley. Can't get him. Dozier was greeted by a standing ovation upon his introduction by the PA announcer here. Kyle Seager going to look at that on the video. That ball got lit up.
Well, it was a 90-mile-an-hour fastball right in the middle of the plate on the first pitch of the ball game from Taijuan Walker. Take a look at it. Jumped right on it. Kyle trying to make the backhanded play as you look at our Primera Supermo right off the end of his glove. Ball skipped past him.
Dozier's aboard.
It's a base hit, by the way.
No doubt. Jorge Polanco, switch hitter, shortstop.
For Taijuan Walker, his average fastball this year is 94 miles an hour.
103 miles an hour on that exit velocity, and the ball hit by Dozier.
See his curveball and changeup quite a bit. Rarely does he use his slider. In fact, in his last outing, he only threw a couple of them.
Seager step in on the grass at third. 2-0.
For Taijuan, his last outing against Toronto, he went 5 1/3, gave up 3 earned runs, but the number that really sticks out is the 4 walks. He needs to stay away from the walks against the Twins. They're a team that has really struggled. Lineup has changed quite a bit over the course of the year.
Two-0 pitch. There's the strike. First inning home run for Polanco in yesterday's game against Ariel Miranda. 1 for 3. Two-one pitch. Dozier, all around good player. He's got 16 stolen bases, been caught twice. Second in the league in home runs behind Mark Trumbo. Trumbo with 45, Dozier with 42, tied with Encarnacion of Toronto. And he finds an open hole. Dozier digging for third. He's going to get there. Twins scrappy here in the first inning.
For the Mariners defensively this afternoon, Guillermo Heredia getting the start in left field. Franklin Gutierrez out in right field. Sean O'Malley getting the start at shortstop, so a day off for Marte. Jesus Sucre will do the catching. This will be his 7th game.
Brings up Joe Mauer. First time we're seeing Mauer in the series. Mauer generally, when he's going well, he's hitting the ball the opposite way.
He's just 1 for 6 in his career off of Taijuan Walker, but the one hit, a home run.
Had a good series against the Mariners back in Seattle.
And to your point, Dave, the home run was to left field, hit it out into the bullpen.
Taijuan, early trouble. First 2 men have reached. All 2 strikes. Runners at the corners here. Now our hometown guy, St. Paul, Minnesota. It pulls it to Cano. There's one to O'Malley. Complete the double play. Run scores. 1-0 Minnesota. Dave Valley joins us right now, and with the early story here, Jerry Lane getting knocked out of the game with a foul ball. Hunter Wendelstedt behind the plate. How does that change the complexion of this game here, Val?
Val, what about the dynamic of Taijuan getting loose for the game? You have a certain amount of time that you expect to take them out, and obviously it took a while because of the change of the umpires.
Going to be interesting to see how this goes. And on a whole, Val, Wendelstedt is the guy calling balls and strikes. What do you know? All right, good enough, Val. Thanks, man.
Especially with Sano hitting, who's standing in right now. Sano is 2 for 5 off of Taijuan. Both hits are home runs.
See Dave Valley again with Angie Mentic on the Mariners post-game show presented by Delta Airlines. Max Kepler is on deck. Strike 3 called. Taijuan picks up his first strikeout. Twins get a run. Minnesota leads 1-0. And a reminder, it's a fight to the finish as the Mariners host the A's for the final 4 games of the regular season starting Thursday. The playoff spot's still on the line. It's still a weekend you don't want to miss, so go to Mariners.com for tickets. Mariners baseball, got it true to the blue. Good to be with you here from Minnesota. We move to Houston after this ball game for 3 mega important games, and even more so when the Mariners win this one. Found that my page of optimism here, page 19. Oh, here we go. Hunter Wendelstedt getting back on somebody in the, I don't know if it was Scat Service or whomever, but he says we're not having that today.
Well, I don't think he liked the reaction of Sano on the called 3rd strike and then immediately hearing something from the Mariners dugout. And Hunter was supposed to be relaxing over at first base this afternoon, and all of a sudden he has the gear on.
Excellent point.
Yeah. Nelson Cruz, the only hitter in the lineup that has a home run, a career home run off of Santiago.
His blood pressure was at a nice level. Hey,
Yeah.
Hey, easy day, ain't no problem.
Not supposed to be back here today. Really don't want to hear about it.
2-2. Nelly, author of 2 mega home runs in this series. My goodness. Look out for that bat. Shortstop Polanco had it all the way, and he was in a big flinch mode, and I don't blame him. Look at that. Play Batman theme here.
When you get a fastball at 92 miles an hour, it's actually in off the plate. Probably had a little cut to it. Gets in on his hands, just saws it right in half.
Here's another one. High and deep. Enjoy it, everybody. Boomstick, baby. Nelson Cruz with his 40th home run. RBI number 99.
He likes this ballpark. He now has a 10-game hitting streak here at Target Field. In the 10 games, he now has 8 home runs, including a home run in each of the 3 games of this series. We'll take a look at it, trying to get it back in on his hands again. Wasn't able to get it there, and ends up in the middle of the plate. That one only reached the second deck.
You could have been in the back. You could have been in the backyard and known that was gone. Tie ball game at 1-1. Kyle Seager, ball 1. Kyle sharply hit, knocked down by Dozier. Another opportunity to watch Mr. Cruz at work. Watch where this baby goes. You can hear the breath going out of the fans here at Target Field. Like, oh my gosh.
432 feet, exit velocity of 105. That's on a breaking ball.
When you come to Mariner game, you may want to buy left field seats. That kid yesterday got one, right? He was a Mariner fan, I believe. He's got the lower deck, the middle deck, and a triple deck. My goodness gracious. He does love this ballpark. That streak dates back to May 14.
And if you missed it on Friday night, he had a home run to dead center field, almost hit it into the restaurant above the batter's eye. Hit right off the top of the wall. Missed by going in the restaurant by about a foot.
Hope they were only serving cocktails at that time and not steak. Ground ball to shortstop Polanco. There's that Dale Lee. There's a little bit to the left is where Nelly hit it. And then the one last night was at the third deck. I mean, he's just unbelievable. The far reaches.
He is fun to watch. And congratulations on the 40 home runs. That's an accomplishment. He's done it now 3 years in a row.
Reached base 20 consecutive games as we watch Martin.
99 RBIs for him. Career high in a season is 108.
Martin trying to break an 0 for 9.
He seems to me over the last 3 or 4 days when he swings and misses, there's something bothering him.
Yeah, up in the shoulder area. Broke his bat on a one-hopper to Dozier. And that'll do it. Tie ball game. Nelson Cruz with a mega shot again. Number 40, RBI number 99. Ties it in 1. shift our focus to the National League playoff seeding. The Cubs, they've got home field all the way through the National League Championship Series. Who gets home field between the Nationals and the Dodgers? First round action, that's still to be determined. The Mets seen good part of their starting rotation decimated by injuries, but they are right there in the #1 spot. Somehow the Giants are hanging in, and the Cardinals can never shake them. Pretty well tagged, right field, trouble, and it is gone. Max Kepler with his 17th home RBI, number 61, 2-1 ball game. Twins on top.
And I think this is a changeup. 87 miles an hour right in the middle of the plate at the knees. Has just enough to get it over that tall wall out in right center field. Kepler's 17th home run of the year. The Twins really like that young man a lot, playing right field. Runs well, has a strong throwing arm, and obviously has some pop with 17 home runs on the year.
Kenny's Vargas, first baseman. Home run given up by Taijuan Walker. .398 feet on that home run. .30 here.
And poor timing for the Mariners. His first home run in the month of September.
Good heater, well placed.
Hey, leave me right here.
Taijuan, that was his 26th home run yielded. And there's a strike. And down goes Vargas. Got him looking. Okay, both looking. Except Robbie Grossman.
Seen the real good fastball from Taijuan yet. He's been 90 to 92 miles an hour.
The games where he's been dominant this season. 95, 6, 7, 8. 95, 96.
Yeah, haven't seen that.
Hey, boy, easy. Nice knee.
Robbie Grossman, the hitter, 2-0.
Similar with Paxton in the first game of this series. His fastball early on was 92 to 94. By the time he left the game, he was 96 to 98 miles an hour.
I like the point you made too. Had that been a close game, he'd still been in there.
Yeah, he only threw 85 pitches, but Mariners had the game in hand, and all the relievers they have in their bullpen, they had to give them some work. But James really threw the ball well.
There's a strike. Grossman batted in the 3-hole yesterday, batted 7th today. 0 for 3. Two. Ring ball hit. Mr. Cano could not make the play. Out base running. Hey, it's a game celebrating our youngest Mariners fans. Join us for Kids Appreciation Day, Sunday, October 2nd, for surprises, prizes, mascots, and more. All kids are going to score a Mariner Moose poster, courtesy of Ivers and Kid Valley. So go to Mariners.com for tickets.
We talked a lot about Taijuan and staying away from walks. He's been able to do that. Having a tough time working ahead. 7 batters, only 1 first pitch strike for him so far this afternoon.
Juan Centeno, the catcher, being E4. First time we're seeing Centeno in the series. 2-0 to Centeno. See if we can get a ground ball here.
Was able to get a double play in the first inning, which certainly helped him. Now behind 3-0.
That wasn't close.
8 batters faced, just 1 first pitch strike.
Concern on the face of Mel Stoudemire Jr., pitching coach for the Mariners. 3-0. There's a strike. Walker ready, 3-1 pitch.
Hey, baby.
Walked him.
And there comes Mel Stoudemire, no surprise.
Yep. Checking in on the early games. Tigers got back into it at 8-4 Royals. Jays still lead, bottom 6 in Toronto. Another big crowd up there. Orioles 2-1 over the Diamondbacks, and the Astros out early. Couple of good pitch starts, maybe a correction or two from Mellon. See what Taiwan can do here now. First and second, 1 out, a run in on the leadoff homer by Kepler. Buxton.
So far, 5 of the 8 batters have reached base, and for Taiwan, we talked about it, the mechanical changes that he's made. Maybe Mel Stoudemire went out there to talk to him about that.
Only hit in a series in infield, hit 2 nights ago for Buxton. Strike 1.
Hey, good pitch, go, boy.
Martin about 5 steps towards right center. Seager bobbles. There's 1. That's all they'll get. Grossman third. Buxton safe at first. Centeno erased.
See, Kyle, he starts in, then he gives some ground. It goes off the heel of his glove, so he doesn't catch it cleanly, and that's the reason why he had the bobble, able to get the force out at second. Wins now 0 for 2 with runners in scoring position. Second time through the lineup.
Dozier smoked one first time and hit it off of Kyle's glove. Open up the Twins home first. Serious numbers. 276, 42, and 99.
Just before the Mariners came into town, he had snapped a 24-game hitting streak, and a lot of those hits were leaving the ballpark.
Popped up. Out play.
A lot of fastballs at the top of the strike zone this afternoon.
Taiwan trying to get out of this here. 2 out, 2 on. 0-2 pitch.
One of the things mechanically that Taiwan was working on was a higher leg kick, and then he was turning, not quite like Felix, but a little bit, and it doesn't appear to be his leg kick quite as high, and I don't see that turn that he was using.
Yeah, it was effective last time out. That E4 on Cano has been changed to a base hit.
Typically, when you end up on the ground diving for a ball, it'll be a hit.
One-two pitch. Swing and a miss, got him. Needed that with 2 on. Keep this a 2-1 ball game. Home run by Kepler. Twins in front. Seattle Mariners baseball here in Root Sports, brought to you by Safeco Insurance. Find a local agent at safeco.com. And by Amtrak Cascades. What a beautiful way to travel. Visit AmtrakCascades.com. Good look at the Stone Arch Bridge. First bridge built over the Mississippi River to bring the Great Northern Railroad through here, built by James J. Hill. Great names in railroad history. Suki drives one, center field, long run, Buxton can't get it, base of the fence. Jesus Sucre, what a tear he's on. That's a 4-game hitting streak. He's now 9 for his last 12, 4 for his last 4. He went 3 for 3 Wednesday against Toronto. It's his second double.
It's only his 7th game, but what he has done is he's been aggressive on the fastball. Take a look at it right on the inside corner. Pretty good swing, inside out swing, hits it on the barrel. Buxton covers a lot of ground. He's playing shallow, not able to get back in time. An easy double for Sucre.
Done. That is a bonus there. Good catcher. Blocks the ball well, throws well. Start getting some offensive contributions out of him, and O'Malley can't get the bunt down.
In the corners we're playing in. Sano at third, Vargas at first. He's 10 for 20. 500 hitter. Jesus Sucre.
Bless his heart, man.
Keep it going. Just keep it going.
O'Malley at 230 on the season. Tell you what, Vargas and Sano have got to be the biggest first base, third base combo in the American League, if not baseball. I mean, 2 power forwards playing at the corners.
Yeah. Well, Sano played first base in the first game. Yeah, but he does a pretty nice job over at third. For a big man, he moves around, has a great arm.
I like him at third. First throw we saw him make last year was like, who's this guy? Nice player with tremendous power. 2-1 to O'Malley. Sucre the tying run at second. Speed not his calling card. 2-2. It's 2-2. Off the fist. Sano tipping the scales at 262. Vargas, that's 189? 289.
289.
Oh, baby. Like I said, on a double post, Mike, you come off the screen, you get a wide open jump shot.
I'm on the left side of my offensive line.
Run forever. O'Malley, deep left center field. Hanging up. And it is caught by Grossman. Man, that hung up there a long time.
And Grossman going back to left center field, catches it on the warning track.
Fisher ready, second time through now.
Heredia flew out to right field his first time up, was a little bit late on the fastball.
Fouled out right side. Open up the ball game. This one, strike one. Santiago, this 10th start for Minnesota. 22 games with the Angels earlier this year. Foul off again.
Still late on the fastball. With the Twins, Santiago has not pitched well in this ballpark for him. His ERA at a 6.83 at the start of this game, 1-3 record.
Two. Sucre leads off the inning with the double fly out on O'Malley, trying to get him home now. The Arizona deck. There's Sucre. Up to it straight away, not too deep. 1-2 pitch. Hang up again for Kepler. Calls everybody off. Two away. Aaron's looking for a 2-out RBI knock here from Gutierrez. Flied out to center first time to the track.
Gave it a pretty good ride, just missed it. Buxton caught it right in front of the fence in dead center field. Santiago so far is just going right after him with the fastball. He is using both sides of the plate, elevating his fastball with 2 strikes.
Move Dozier over to the left side of the infield for Goody. Ball one. I think I've set a personal best for scoreboard watching this year.
It's fun, isn't it?
Nice to be in the middle of it, I'll tell you. This 2 seasons ago, Mariners took it down to 3 o'clock on the final Sunday. Trying to reach the playoffs. Yankees in Toronto 1-1 top 7 now. Kansas City 9-4 at Detroit, bottom 4. Houston 2-0 over the Angels, bottom 3.
Wait.
2-1 to Goody.
A rare changeup. Missed the outside corner.
Baltimore 2-1 over Arizona. That's in the 5th. Congratulations to Dusty Baker, one of the good ones, one of the great ones. Washington Nationals clinching the East yesterday. Good man. 3-1 here, Santiago to Gutierrez. Center field again, but not as deep. Sucre's leadoff double. Looked good. They couldn't score him. 2-1 Twins. Safeco Field, 2-1 Twins. Time now for a Geico This Day in MLB history. Back in '98, 28-year-old Ken Griffey Jr. It's his league-leading 56th home run of the season, number 350 for his career. Became the youngest player to ever reach that milestone. Hall of Famer this year. I'm sure he was disappointed that his sons, Arizona Wildcats, lost an OT to the Huskies last night. Trey had one catch for 6 yards. 2-3-4 in the order here for the Twins. Polanco leads off.
Let's see if Taiwan can get locked in, have a 1-2-3 inning. Gave up a run in the first and a run in the second.
I know he's got that ankle issue. Wonder if the velocity will go up. Tae-Ho Lee takes him right to the bag, 1 out.
That's a good point. In his last outing against the Blue Jays, had to make a couple of plays off the mound, and certainly affected him.
Squibber left side had to plant with the right foot. You can see it roll a little bit, just like you roll it in hoops.
It happened to him twice in the same game.
Like within like 2 innings.
Yeah. And you could see from that point forward that his velocity had dropped again, having a tough time pushing off.
We were talking to Bert Blyland 2 days ago here. You guys were talking about the drop and drive and pushing off hard. Talking about Nolan Ryan, some of the great guys back in his generation. Tom Seaver, guys you played against, David Cone.
A lot of those guys drop and drive type of pitchers.
Joe Mauer bounced into a double play, but it brought home a run. First run of the ball game. Cruz tied it, and then Kepler led off the second for the 2-1 Twins lead. Here comes the sun. That's a good sign. Clouds very thick here in Minneapolis, with the wind blowing out towards left field about 15 miles an hour.
Still trying to get a feel for his curveball. The last 2 pitches, the curveball, not much bite to him at all. Left them both up and away to the left-handed hitter Mauer.
Ready of playing with sunglasses. team doesn't have any. And Goody's got him on top of his cap. Infield. Senior's got him on top of his cap, as does old Mallet. Swinging a miss. Well placed fastball in 94 gets Mauer.
That's best fastball so far.
2 outs. Pursuit of the playoffs continues this Thursday in Seattle when the Mariners take on the A's in 4 big games at Safeco Field. Let your voice be heard at all 4 games. Help the Mariners keep fighting. Get your tickets now at mariners.com. Here's your next business, Mike. You got to bring back the flips. We've talked about that many times over there. That should be your second coming here, second calling.
Yeah, I always liked those. I couldn't just wear the glasses. I felt like my depth perception was a little bit off doing that, so I like the flips.
So where the guys that we do see guys wearing them now, I just can't recall anybody off the top of my head right now. Here's Sano. It's like he called third strike.
It is rare though. You'll see it.
David Wright was one. I think he was one. Of course, he's been out most of the year. That's third baseman and captain. Just joining us, another development in this game. First pitch to Cano, he fouled it off first inning. They hit Jerry Lane up around the next shoulder area and knocked him out of the game. So playing with 3 umpires today. Hunter Wendelstedt was at first. They rotated down. He went in to get the equipment. He's got balls and strikes.
Talking about first time through the lineup with Taiwan, struggling with his first pitch strike. Well, now he's throwing a first pitch strike to the last 5 batters.
Breaking ball hit hard. Fair ball. Ready. Get it back in. Cruising into second with the double. His 22nd is Miguel Sano.
Beyond the curveball, ends up in the middle of the plate. He wanted it down and away, and you can see it just hanging in the middle of the plate as he hits it hard, just fair.
2 outs brings up Max Kemper, homered on the 1-0 pitch. Right center field stands.
The last 3 curveballs that Taiwan has thrown, hasn't been able to finish them.
When you talk about finishing, the entire motion coming down, pulling the lamp, pulling the what do you call it, the shadow window shade down.
Pull the window shade down. That's right. There you go.
Hey, I was paying attention back in the day. I sat in at some pitchers' meetings.
Well, and I think that the thing about it is every now and then you'll see that from a pitcher on a pitch, and then you assume it just kind of slipped out of their hand or something. But to see 3 in a row, he's just not able to finish. And again, where his velocity is at today, and then seeing that, you have to wonder how he feels out there as far as his overall health goes.
I mentioned Bert Weiland earlier. You ever go back and YouTube some of his videos? You went up and pulling that.
Well, that's one of the greatest curveballs of all time.
No question. I mean, his curveball was ridiculous.
There it is again. Same thing. It's kind of up and away to the left-handers.
Yeah.
Yeah, his curveball.
Hit bite, depth.
A lot of strikeouts with that curveball.
Oh, goodness. There's a strike. You know, when we go around and we see Hall of Famers all around the league and everything, and you hear these great, particularly coming after the Cooperstown ceremony, if they're not videotaping those get-togethers, somebody needs to be hit with a wet noodle, because the wealth of information and the fun that those guys have, even if they don't release them for years, because we hear some great stories. This gets off the glove of Suki. Ball 4, and advancing to third is Sano.
Second walk for Taiwan. That'll probably be a pass ball. Yeah, 88 miles an hour.
But wouldn't you agree on that? I mean,
I thought what they should do is they should have a TV crew there, and they should put a number of guys, change them up every year if you want to, but put them around the table
and just say go.
And just say go. Yeah.
Edit it later. Got about 2 hours of tape, boys. Got a couple cocktails. You're good. Go for it. Taiwan needs some big pitches now. He's got Vargas struck him out looking. Runners at the corners. For Vargas, they got Cano in short right field. O'Malley favoring the middle, shortstop.
Twins so far in the game 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. They scored on a double play ball and a solo home run.
No.
92. 1-1 to count.
Come on, baby, sit right here, Rockies. Come on, baby.
Got 2 outs, but then a double. Walk and a pass ball.
All right.
Not the sharpness we've seen a couple of times recently, or compared to what he did in the first month. 2-1.
And a lot of fastballs. Top of the strike zone or up out of the zone.
Deck hitter Bobby Grossman. Taiwan had a great month of April. 4 starts with 2-0 with a 1.44. Needed that swing and miss. 3-2.
Right here, come on.
Clouds blowing away here. Starting to see a lot of blue above here at Target Field. Beautiful sight. 3-2. Needs a good one here. And fouled back.
And one of his better fastballs, able to get it towards the inner half of the plate. 94 miles an hour. This will be the 25th pitch of the inning. Altavilla just starting to get loose.
3-2. Back.
25 pitches in the inning. This will be the 8th pitch in this at bat.
Way too many pitches for 3 innings.
Dan getting loose in the bullpen. We saw the same thing from Miranda yesterday. Scott Service pulled him early in the ball game.
It's playable for Heredia. Glasses on. Wind taking it. I told you about that wind. 15 miles an hour. Back up 5-6 steps. 2 stranded. 2-1 Twins. Brought to you by BNSF, proud sponsor of the BNSF Blast, and by Shag, where your friends live. Make back at Bridge where we showed you earlier, 2-1. Stone Arch Bridge, it is a beauty. Sun breaking out here in Minneapolis, St. Paul. Santiago against Taijuan Walker. Taijuan's thrown a lot of pitches. But fortunate that it's just a 2-1 Mariner deficit.
Well, Mariners have the middle of their lineup coming through for the second time.
Shift on for Cano, followed by Cruz and Seager.
See if they can score a bunch of runs.
Robbie popped out to the third baseman. Gil Sano. And Sano, like he was last time, he's playing up the middle. The shift, part of the shift here against Robbie.
Oh, wait.
A little different look. Mariners typically will leave Kyle on the left side of the infield, but the Twins in this series, when they put the shift on, have had Polanco stay on the left side, the shortstop.
2-2. He'd like that pitch back. Two.
He's gone right after him with the fastballs. First at bat was a lot of fastballs inside, elevated fastballs. These are a little bit more out over the plate for him.
Two pitch from Santiago. Breaking ball hit the other way. With 33 home runs, 92 runs batted in. Cruz is 99 RBIs and Seager with 96. Made Santiago work here. 3-2 the count.
And this will be the 8th pitch of this at bat.
Play one more time. End of 7 now. Yankees and Toronto tied at 1-1. Houston 2-1 over the Angels in the 5th. Long run for Grossman. Nope.
Pretty good job by Cano to foul that last pitch off. It was a cutter at 87, and you can see the location right on the outside corner.
Pitch number 10 coming up.
Santiago 52 pitches, excuse me. He's right around 80% fastball, so he's going right at the Mariners.
Tenth pitch. Hit pretty well. Deep left center field. Hanging up for the left fielder Grossman. He's there for the out.
10 pitch at bat, but Santiago wins the battle.
Brings up Nelson Cruz. He's responsible for the Mariners' only run. A 2-2 pitch. Launch mode back into second, leading off. Home run number 40, RBI number 99. lot of damage here since early May of 2014 at Target Field. Breaking ball for strike. Foul off. 11th home run since that time, dating back to May 2 of 14. Here at Target Field. That hand's bothering him again. Generally doesn't take that long.
No, I think you're probably right.
The 0-2. Not bothering him that much. Ball hit on the button. And he's safe. Oh, throw. Polanco. Mariners have the tying run aboard.
And another error for the Twins. They are last in the American League in fielding percentage. Plenty of time. Little crow hop, and then he just throws it in the dirt.
Vargas can't come up with it. He's 6. Polanco's 13th error.
And Sano last night in the 9th inning made an error.
Boy, I kept the Mariners' hopes alive.
Like it was going to be a double play ball, and instead they had first and second and nobody out. Mariners not able to capitalize on it. Lost the ball game 3-2.
There's Seager grounded out to Dozier at second. One-0 pitch. Vargas to Polanco, and that gets thrown away.
That was strange. You had Santiago and Vargas both standing at first base, and it seemed it was that bad a throw, and neither one of them tried to catch it. Strong throw from Vargas. I guess it was a little wide.
Yeah. Casey Kendall was paying attention. Kept him from getting drilled there.
That will be a 3-6 fielder's choice.
Kyle shaking his head watching the video there. Day-Ho Lee rounded out to short. Two steps off the bag. Dale with the take. 1-1. All in all, good year for Day-Ho Lee. It's 17 days since he's last gone yard. Start barking out a strike there. 1-1. One from Santiago. Crowd hitting, missed. 2-1. Breaking ball. Sent deep to center field. Ranging over is Buxton now in left center field. That will do it for the Mariners in the fourth. Twins with a 2-1 lead. All right, Nancy, thank you very much. Here is first pitch strike from Taijuan Walker to Robbie Grossman. Grossman, infield hit, first time up. That was in the second inning. First inning run scoring on a double play, then a homer by Kepler. 2 runs for Minnesota. Nelson Cruz, 40th home run for the Mariners. That led off the second.
And Taijuan is going to need a couple of quick innings, 65 pitches to get through the first 3 innings. Not the type of command we're used to seeing from him. Already a couple of walks in the game. And Altavilla was getting loose at last inning. Arena going just 4 innings in last night's ball game.
Solid stroke, left field, base hit. 2 for 2 day for Robbie Grossman. Centeno. Centeno, first time he walked on a 3-1 pitch. Angels on the board in the 5th, 2-1 Houston.
Almost got him leaning. Jab step towards second base.
Seager step in on the grass at third. Runner takes off, got a great break. And DeJong gets back on the bag. That's a great save by the big man at first. Walker thought about going to second. O'Malley said, no, 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 get him at first.
Well, they had the hit and run on it. It was a good jump by Grossman. At this point in the ballgame, trying to get the sure out, which was at first base. Fortunately, DeJong didn't get stepped on. Foot right in the middle of the bag.
That could be real ugly. Aaron Buxton, center field. Goes bunt, takes ball one.
And as we've seen in this series, tremendous speed. He had a two-hopper to Kyle Seager. Kyle ended up throwing him out at first. Originally was called safe, though. And Kyle ended up coming in on the ground ball, got rid of it quickly with something on it, and he still just about beat it out. He can get down the line.
Base hit left field. Heredia's got to get arm. Stop sign for Grossman. Runners at the corners again for the Twins. Third time that's happened.
And it's on a high fastball, 93 miles an hour, top of the strike zone, out over the plate. Bring up the best hitter for the Twins, Brian Dozier. Dozier with 42 home runs, 99 RBIs, 1 for 2 in the game. Had a base hit, scored a run in the first. And then striking out, swinging his second time up. Taiwan was able to get him on a pretty good curveball.
Big spot here with 1 out. Runners at the corners. He could really use a double play. That's big. Pop up. Cano. Teo Lee yields to him. Teo looked at him, pointed. You got it. That's a huge out. 2 outs. Houston matchup. CenturyLink bringing you what's next. Familiar with these names, and this is a key series. The Houston Astros used a lot of breaking balls in that series back home in Seattle.
And I think for the Mariners, they have the guys that they want to go in that series. Iwakuma, they're their most consistent starter this year. Felix coming off a tremendous outing, and James Paxton also dominant in the first game of this series.
Blanco, he's 1 for 2 here. 2 outs, 4th inning.
Picked up a base hit going the other way his first time up.
Conference with Sucre and Walker. Taiwan trying to get the 3rd out here.
Altavella getting loose again.
Pat Venditti joins him.
Yep.
Strike one. A 1 pitch. Swing and miss. Scored a run in the 1st and 3rd situation. First inning. 1st and 3rd in the 2nd. 3rd, now the 4th.
Taiwan, 75 pitches, 45 strikes.
Runner goes. Breaking ball. And head first slide. Buxton. His 10th. Count 1 and 2. Got him. That's a good pitch. Well located. Taiwan Walker got just what he needed. A strikeout to end that threat. 2 more stranded. 6 for the ball game for the Twins. 2-1 Minnesota. wait. Remember, drunk, drugs, or high, it's a DUI. Help us reach Target Zero. Learn more at targetzero.org. Los Angeles Lakers, guess what? This is where they started, here in Minneapolis at the Armory. George Mikan, George Kundla's teams, and Vern Nicholson. Great Laker teams in the late 40s and early 50s. This was their home before they left for LA. See if Martin can get the Mariners going here. Bounced out to second. First at bat.
Well, the Mariners haven't been able to get much going offensively. Just 2 hits in the game. The home run by Nelson Cruz and a double by Sucre. That has been it for him so far. Santiago going at him with his fastball, mixing in a cut fastball along the way.
Martin, Sucre, and O'Malley, bottom third of the order. 4-pitch walk, they'll take it.
Hector Santiago can get wild at times. Again, at the start of the game, 75 walks. That's second most in the American League. 66 pitches, 40 strikes so far.
Sucre, 4-game hitting streak. Doubled to left center field. First time up. The walk for Santiago was first. Takes a strike. Good speed at first, and Martin. 1-1. Martin takes off. Pitch hammered deep to left. Look at this. Suki's left the ballpark here with a 2-run homer. Oh, baby. Jesus Sucre. A double and a 2-run homer, and the Mariners now have a 3-2 lead. First homer of the season for Jesus. And he jumped all over that, Mike.
He ends up getting. He's not letting a fastball go. I can tell you that. He's been so hot. It was a fastball that he hit for the double out to center field. And now this one, he turns on at 89 miles an hour. It's on the inside corner. It's actually up out of the strike zone and still able to get on top of it and just lines it out into the seats in left field. Take a look at it. High fastball, get the barrel to it.
Second big league home run for Jesus, and that's good form there. Mariners on top now. O'Malley fouls one back. What an unexpected power source for the Mariners today.
That was an impressive swing. Be able to get on top of a fastball up out of the strike zone, and it was on the inside corner.
O'Malley find some green here. He can run. He's going to get at least 2. Nice job by O'Malley. Well done. Sean's 9th double.
393 feet, exit velocity of 103.
That works.
And a great situation. Third time through the lineup. O'Malley hitting 9th in the order. Look at that double. See if they have Heredia put the bunt down.
Tip of the cap to the bottom third of the order. Walk, 2-run homer, double. Showed bunt, takes a strike. First baseman Vargas crashing, and inside to Heredia. year for Paul Molitor, sitting on 99 losses, 30-50 here at home. Bunt laid down a beauty. Sano, Dozier covering. Nice job by Heredia, moving that runner to third. That was really big. Don't forget to stick around after the game for Mariners postgame presented by Delta Airlines. Angie Mente, Dave Valley, and Brad Adams, who's here at the ballpark. Postgame reaction commentary.
We'll bring up Franklin Gutierrez. Franklin 0 for 2, a couple of fly balls out to center field. One of them was to the warning track. I think Scott Service would take that right now with just one out and O'Malley at third. Fly ball should score him.
Drawn in infield. 3 on the left side. Strike one. Boy, from the file of you just never know. This is baseball. Walk, 2-run homer from the bottom of the order, and Sucre with a second big league homer.
And Santiago, who's been throwing a lot of fastballs, starts Franklin Gutierrez off with a changeup and then comes back with a breaking ball.
See if Goody can get it done with 2 strikes. That one got away with it.
Alex Wimmer is getting loose in the pen. Santiago now at 76 pitches.
1-2 pitch here to Goody. Inside.
4 pitches, all of them off speed pitches.
Massive cloud covers moved in. So much for the sun for this afternoon. One, two, the count to Goody. Breaking ball hit the other way. O'Malley went down. What was he doing? He went down about a third of the way.
Well, with his speed, it was not a deep fly ball. And Kepler has a good arm, but with his speed, that's an easy tag up. It's an automatic tag up for Sean. And for whatever reason, he decided to go halfway down the line.
Wow.
Good at bat by Franklin Gutierrez, battling all breaking balls and changeups. Hits this ball to right field. Kepler, you can see him coming in a step or two. And again, a strong throwing arm, but just Sean, for whatever reason, went halfway down the line.
That hurt. See if Robbie can pick him up. Strike 1, 2, Cano. 10 pitch at bat last time up in the 4th, leading off. Flat out to left. First time they had to shift on. Third baseman Sano was on the right side, popped up to him. Center field, Buxton's got it. 2-run homer by Sucre. Runner stranded. Mariners take the lead. It's 3-2 Seattle. Mariners hero of the moment, Jesus Sucre, 2-run homer, puts the Mariners in front 3-2 here in Minnesota. As we take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Train. Next stop, Houston, Texas for 3, the A's for 4, and we sure as heck hope that the Mariners are involved in that October 4th wild card contest. Like most sports, get in the playoffs and take your chances. But getting there is the tough part. Joe Mauer leading off. He'll be followed by Miguel Sano and Max Kepler, 3, 4, and 5 here in the order. Right field, that's his power zone. It's going to stay in the yard. So Redia takes care of it.
We talked about it last inning with Taiwan that he needed a quick inning. He was able to get it, just 12 pitches. Twins are starting to get aggressive on his fastball.
Here's Sano, strikeout looking, double to left. First pitch strike.
Velocity jumping up for Taiwan. That last fastball at 95 miles an hour.
Chase there, 1-2.
Good changeup, 89.
Blow it by him. 94, good pitch. Strikeout number 5. 2 outs here in the 5th.
Elevated fastball, 94 miles an hour. Sucre set up on the outside corner. And Taiwan able to get it there. Good fastball at the top of the zone.
Kepler's got a home run and a walk today. Here's your quick inning.
Yeah, nice inning.
Works out very nicely. 3-2 Mariners. 1, 2, 3 in the 5th. Go to the Twins. When we come back, Nelson Cruz is going to lead off. Sports being brought to you by Jack in the Box. Taste the all-new Jack's Brewhouse Bacon Burger today at Jack in the Box. Limited time only at participating restaurants. By CenturyLink, your link to what's next And by Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. He's sad because it's the final home game here at Target Field for the Twins, and the Twins right now trail the Mariners 3-2.
And that swing and a miss really hurt Nelson Cruz.
Oh, no.
Yeah. We saw it in his last at bat. He ended up hitting the ball hard, and he has a bunch of that tape, elastic tape on his forearm, and he is in a lot of pain right now. And notice that elastic tape that he had on his forearm, his last at bat, and now they're taking a look at his wrist again, but that did not look good. And he must be in a lot of pain because he's about as tough as they get.
Right you are. He's got a big pain tolerance. Man.
There you can see him working on his wrist. It's heavily taped, and then he has the elastic tape for it, basically from his elbow down to his wrist or his hand on his forearm. And we'll take a look at this swing. It's a high fastball. He swings through it, and he feels it immediately.
Yeah, look at his face.
Yeah. Late swing, swings through it. Same thing with Martin. So many times that swing and a miss, it'll hurt so much more. You won't feel it as much when you actually hit the ball, but when you swing and miss, it really causes a lot of pain if you're having some discomfort, and he certainly has some. Looks like he's going to try to stay with it.
Yeah, we'd remarked last time up that it looked like he had some pain, and the ball he hit the shortstop hit it right on the screws.
Well,
hit it hard.
Well, even the home run that he hit last night, he had some swings where he was grimacing, and then he eventually hit the ball into the third deck. Like that.
Oh, look at this! Another one! Boom! Stick, baby! I want his hand problems. I want those hand problems.
He's amazing.
Absolutely remarkable. Well, second home run today. Home run number 41, RBI number 100 for 2 Mariners.
And he's hit 4 home runs in this series. I guess he made sure he wasn't going to swing and miss this time, because he squares it up right on the barrel, screaming line drive into the seats. You could still feel it a little more grimace after he hit it.
Great eye-hand coordination and tremendous strength. Easy on the high fives, fellas.
He is some kind of tough, I'll tell you that.
Amen.
That is impressive.
Second home run today. 380 feet by his standards, pedestrian.
Santiago now has given up 33 home runs this year.
That's a lot.
Now, this is his 4th start where he's given up at least 3 home runs.
Rob Nodine, assistant head athletic trainer.
Well, the good news is Nelson is the DH today, so they can continue to try to treat it, or maybe change that tape up a little bit, see if they can do something to help him out. You can see the tape all the way down through his wrist to his hand.
Second time he's led off an inning with a home run. '41 home runs. Kyle staying alive.
And we've been talking about it for a couple of weeks now, and the first Mariner to reach 100 RBIs for him, so congratulations on that.
Back up this way.
Last time the Mariners had somebody drive in 100 runs, it was Raul Ibanez in 2008 when he drove in 110.
So they had that incredible first half, right?
Exactly. Kyle sitting on 96. Cano has 92. Pretty good battle. Again, this will be the 8th pitch of the at bat, just staying away with the fastball.
Cruz with 41 home runs. Career best 44 last year. Did 40 with Baltimore in 2014. Vargas is a play. Most popular way to follow the Mariners postseason push is with MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball. Enjoy game day, live game video highlights, StatCast, news, and more. Get MLB.com at bat on your favorite devices right now. I'm trying to remember the last time I saw a guy. It's one thing to see a guy, he's hurt, stay in a game, and maybe get a knock or two, maybe make an out, maybe make some contact. But to hit the ball as hard as he has his last 2 times up with showing visible pain is just extraordinary. And back-to-back days he's done.
Back-to-back days that he has done it, exactly.
Dejo line off the glove of Polanco. The Mariners will take that, his second error today.
Give you an idea where the Mariners lineup has gone over the last 5 years. It was in 2011, Dave. Their RBI leader that year had 62 RBIs. It was Miguel Olivo.
Let's not revisit those numbers in those days if you can help it.
And now they have a chance for 3 guys to drive in 100.
I've already hit delete on that video. 2 to Martin. Ran out the second, walking run, scored. He scored on the Sucre 2-run homer. Yep. Jesus Sucre, you heard correctly. 2-run homer, 5th inning if you're just joining us. His second big league homer put the Mariners in front 3-2.
Yeah, Mariners with 5 hits in the game, and he has 2 of them, a double and a home run.
Oh, chasing there. 2 down. Run in, a runner on. Against Hector Santiago, still angry with himself. Our Bank of America alerts. White Sox defeat the Indians today 3-0. Indians' magic number to clinch. American League Central is 2, and they are banking on a Detroit loss today. Right now, top 7. Kansas City 11-6 at Detroit. Hector Santiago, he has been chased here in the 6th. Back with more after this. He's got a 2-run homer. So take a look at our Columbia Bank difference of the ball game, and here's Suki. Jumps on a high fastball, rides it out of here. First homer this season, second big league homer, and that is a welcome surprise. He had been swinging the bat really well. He'd been 4 for 4 for his last 4 going into that at bat.
For Hector Santiago, 5 2/3, 5 hits, 4 runs. They were earned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 96 pitches, 65 of those for strikes. Alex Wimmer is going to take over. 12 appearances on the year, ERA over 5. His fastball average at 92 miles an hour. Changeup, curve, slider. Likes to stay with a fastball changeup combination.
Suzuki 5 for his last 5.
$11 for 21.
My goodness. Four-two Mariner lead.
Hold up.
Two-one from Wimmers. Good sports fans cheering the good fortune of the Minnesota Vikings. Now in Carolina, process of putting their game away. Here's Sano. He boots that. Throws over. Still gets Sucre. That'll do it for the Mariners, but Nelson Cruz highlights another good inning for the Mariners. Another homer, and the Mariners lead at 4-2. Cruz and one by Jesus Sucre. And big games for the Mariners. The Orioles lead 2-1. And the Astros have opened up a 4-1 lead on the Angels. CenturyLink bringing you what's next. The matchups in Houston. Are these three big games or what? Good matchups too. Taijuan Walker now has a 2-run cushion. You've got Vargas, Grossman, and Centeno, 6, 7, and 8 in the order here in the 6th inning.
Well, we've seen the bullpen up a couple of times in the game with Taijuan out there. Struggled the first couple of innings on his first pitch strikes. Right now he's 11 first pitch strikes to the 22 batters that he's faced, so that's gotten much better for him. Last 2 innings have been gone fairly quick, and another strikeout for him, so he's starting to pitch much better.
Correct. Number of strikeouts is now 7 Ks. The other thing too, I harken back to a conversation with Scott Service talking about very good athletes, great athletes can make adjustments. in the
Mid
middle,
game.
right, mid game. And apparently, Mr. Walker's in the process of doing that.
Well, it's a good point because it's one of the things that I talked to Mel Stottlemyre about with Taijuan, with the mechanical changes that he has made. And he appears to be having a higher leg kick, and that little turn that we were talking about earlier in the game, Dave, that he wasn't doing, he's doing it now.
Yeah.
And that is something that Mel Stottlemyre talked about. Give him some mechanical things that he can fix in game, some keys to go to. And apparently Taijuan has found them because he's throwing the ball much better. And on top of that, his curveball, like that one right there, is much better. His velocity has gone up. We saw 95 last inning, which was good to see.
And his competitive juices have got to be jacked as well, especially now with the 4-2 lead. So much on the line here for the Mariners. 1-2. Robbie Grossman, 2 for 2 today. Infield hitting, base hit for left. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 7 Ks, 2 walks. The 2 walks have not hurt Taijuan today. Breaking ball, long run, Goody, not gonna get it. Grossman a 3 for 3 day. He'll stop at second. That's his 19th double. Hang of a day for Robbie Grossman. Reminder: this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners.
And with that double, the bullpen getting loose again, it looks like Nick Vincent.
That breaking ball hung up. Grossman hit it hard. Juan Centeno walking a comebacker.
Twins are 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position this afternoon.
Off the end of the bat. There's 0-2, 1 out, runner at second, 6th inning. Another good thing, he's gotten deeper. When it looked like the 3rd inning, he had no shot at seeing the 6th.
Well, we've seen the bullpen up 3 times now in the game, and an adjustment that he has made is completely different than what we saw in the first 2 innings.
Boy, that's going to get through. Scoring is Grossman, bobbled in center by Martin. No advancement by Centeno. But a 4-3 ball game, tying run at first. RBI for Centeno is 22nd.
And that's a bad break for Taijuan. He made a good pitch. It was up on the inside corner. He ends up jamming him. Not much on this ground ball at all, but unfortunately, he finds a hole.
A run in, a runner on. Buxy representing a go-ahead run here. 1 down.
And Scott Service out of the dugout. He's going to get Nick Vincent.
He's relied heavily on Vincent a lot this year, even more so since coming back from the DL. But all in all, we got to give Taijuan Walker some pretty good marks after he picked it up after a rough couple of innings. Nice job. He strikes out 7. He leaves with the lead at 4-3. In the sixth, you got to like the second half of this ballgame thrown by Taijuan Walker here today, Mike.
Very good adjustment from Taijuan Walker. Gave up a couple of runs through the first 2 innings. His command wasn't where you wanted to see it, and then he made an adjustment, and after that he was pretty dominant. Unfortunately, he gives up one more run on a pitch that he wanted to make. A very good fastball. They ended up jamming him, but late in the game you can see the bite on his curveball was much better too. Scott Service taking the ball from him. Taijuan, 5 1/3, 9 hits. Most of those hits coming early in the ballgame. 3 runs they were earned. He is responsible for the base runner at first. Couple of walks, 7 strikeouts, 96 pitches, 60 of those for strikes.
And most of that pitch load at 96 was in the first 3 innings.
Definitely. Really, I think it was a really nice adjustment to make. And again, it's something that Mel Stottlemyre had talked about, that he wanted Taijuan to be able to do in game. And so moving forward, that is something to be excited about.
The bullpen can hold the fort here. That's a good start as Cano backs up. Buxton's gone. 2 outs. 1 pitch from Nick. Back to the top of the order. Now he's got to deal with Dozier. Give you an idea of how hot Dozier got in the second half. Like 13 homers, 27 runs batted in August. 10 homers, 18 runs batted in September. Total of 42 bombs on the season. Today, infield hit, a hard smash off of Seager's glove to open up the home first. Strikeout in the second, pop to Cano in the fourth.
Well, Nick's fastball is right around 90 miles an hour. He has a cutter and a slider, and I think you'll stay with the cutter-slider combination. If he throws the 2-seamer, it'll be well in off the plate. He's going to try to keep it away from him towards the outside corner, maybe even off the plate.
One. Dangerous hitter here in Brian Dozier. 1-1 from Nick Vincent. Big strike, 1 and 2.
Another cutter down and away.
Wind blowing in straight from right field. The American flag almost starched. A heavy wind. Look at that. One, 2 to Dozier.
Everybody clap your hands.
Scoring today for the Twins. Gonna run a double play in the first. Home run Kepler in the second. Centeno an RBI here in the sixth for the Mariners. Home run Nelson Cruz leading off the second. Sucre 2-run homer in the fifth, and Cruz leading off the sixth with another home run. Oh, this is huge. To pop up Dozier to end the inning and keep the Mariners in front 4-3. Nice job, Nick Vincent. To the 7th we go here in Minneapolis. Sound Transit's new Link Light rail stations on Capitol Hill and at the UW. They're now open. Plan your trip at soundtransit.org. Good to have you with us here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports Crew. Mariners holding a 4-3 lead, trying to get the rubber game in this series. Keep those playoff hopes much alive. Alex Wimmers continues.
Sean O'Malley going to lead things off. Sean is 1 for 2, had a doubled in the 5th inning.
O'Malley batting right-handed for the first time today. One to Sean. He'll be followed by Heredia and Goody. 1 and 2 here in the order. Yankees lead Toronto 3-2 now, bottom 9. There's the strike. Kansas City 11-7 in the 8th at Detroit.
What a game.
My goodness. Baltimore 2-1 over Arizona, top 9. Houston 4-1 over the Angels, top 9. Over in the National League, how do you figure the Mets? They lose all these starting pitchers. They're beating the Phillies today 11-0 in the 8th. I know the Phillies are having a lousy year. Nonetheless, the Mets have come on like crazy here in the last month. Swing and a miss. O'Malley's gone.
I know they were offensively, they were really struggling, leaning on that pitching that they no longer have.
That's right. Drupal Cabrera leading the way. Families can enjoy a great area at Safeco Field. It's located just off the main concourse in center field. It's the Seattle Children's Playfield that features a playground, kids concessions, and much more. So swing by the next time you're at the ballpark. Here's Heredia. Got down a sacrifice bunt back in the 5th. See how he fares against Wimmer. He was late. A lot of his swings against Santiago. Fouled out to right and flied out to right. Up the middle, that'll be a base hit. Base hit for Guillermo Heredia.
Left-hander Ryan O'Rourke getting loose in the pen for the Twins.
Bring up Goody. 3 fly balls today, 2 to center, 1 to right. Fly ball to right for the second out in the 5th inning with O'Malley at third. Sean didn't score.
I think more than anything on that play, maybe he was fooled by the swing of Franklin Gutierrez. He's out in front and he didn't put much on the swing. I think he thought maybe we had a chance to drop in, but still caught the barrel and carried all the way out to the right fielder Kepler, who has a strong throwing arm in right. But it fooled him.
Yeah, that's one of those plays you want to be. You want to be safe. Make sure you're tagging. Hey, make him throw you out. Trying to get as many runs as possible here. 1-1. All right.
All the tape on there. Added tape to it.
And some erector set working too. When he swings the way he's swinging, he's hurt. When he's healthy, my goodness.
He's unreal.
I said it the other day. I said it again. Privilege and a pleasure to watch him swing it. Man. Two 2-1 to Goody with Heredia. Good speed at first. Well away here, Goody 3-1. Nose on deck. Already at first. With one out. A chance for more runs. Mariners lost another tough one-run game last night. They're 27 and 28 in one-run decisions. Ground ball has been double play. That'll do it for the Mariners. 7th inning stretch time here in Minnesota. 2, 3, 4 coming up in the order for the Twins. Washington's lottery mobile app, and everything will be a tap away. Last day for baseball enjoyment here in the Twin Cities. Last home game for the Twins. 4-3 Mariners as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Take a look at our Big Fish Casino. Big Cats. And Mr. Cruz has been on fire. He loves this building. If he buys a condo in Minneapolis, I'll understand. He has just been terrorizing Twins pitching in this series and dating all the way back to May of 2014. I mean, just sit back, relax, and enjoy it. My goodness. And this is with a bad hand and or wrist. Some guys go whole careers not hitting a ball as hard as far as he's done 4 times in this series.
So 9 home runs in his last 10 games in this ballpark against the Twins. I'm going to guess he's seeing the ball pretty well here.
Yeah. Dave Sims, Mike Blowers, Root Sports crew on hand here in Minneapolis. You can see the boys in the dugout. They love it. Earlier games, and Blue Jays just won. Nicely done. They rallied. Jays just won it 4-3, and the Tigers trailing the Royals. And the Mariners just keep doing their business. Orioles just won their game 2-1. And I know, was it last night or last night? Big comeback by the Angels. Mariners could use another one for today. Still 2 back behind Baltimore in the loss column with 6 more days to go. Buckle up for this final week of the season.
Nick Vincent going to stay on. Nice job in the bottom of the 6th inning. Picked up a couple of outs, a couple of pop-ups to Cano at second to get out of the inning.
Polanco leads off. Jorge Polanco, Joe Mauer, Miguel Sano.
Nobody else throwing in the Mariner pen.
Move Cano a couple steps to his left. There's a strike. 2-1. Nick Vincent on a relief from Taijuan Walker. Mariners hold on to win. Taijuan pick up a W here. comes Ben Gamble. He'll make the play. Gamble taking over in right field for Gutierrez. Hey, when you head out to Safeco Field this Friday, you could be flying out of the ballpark with Alaska Airlines round-trip tickets. It's one of dozens of prizes that will be given away all night long for Fan Appreciation Night when the Mariners meet the A's at 7:10. Get your tickets at mariners.com. There's Joe Mauer. Ball 1 to Joe. Missed outside.
They're trying to get that cutter on the outside corner. He's going to stay away from Mauer. He'll stay away from Sano, who's waiting on deck.
Two-0 to Joe. Now way behind here, 3-0. Going in relief of Taijuan Walker, 5 1/3, 9 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Hunter Wendelstedt behind home plate. First pitch to Robbie Cano, the 3rd hitter in the ballgame. There's Sano on deck. Robbie fouled one off, and it got Jerry Lane and knocked him out of the ballgame.
That way.
He didn't want to do that. One out base runner puts a tying run on here in the 7th. Brings up Sano.
And he'll stay with his cutter slider combination. Again, trying to keep the ball away from him.
Careful with Sano. He's big and strong, and he can swing it. Off-speed pitch, strike 1. Strikeout looking, a double to left, and a strikeout swinging. Jay's got 2 runs in the 9th inning to win that game against the Yankees. Oh, 1 to Sano.
That way.
Good pitch. Another cutter, just missing the outside corner.
Went back there.
Yep, just going to stay there too. If he executes his pitches, they'll be right in that area. Ryan Presley getting loose in the pen for the Twins, a right-hander.
Oh boy, that worked out beautifully. 2 outs. Nice job by Nick.
Elevates the fastball on the outside corner. I'll bring up Max Kepler. Kepler 1 for 2. He's walked and also hit a solo home run back in the 2nd inning.
Strike at the bottom of the zone.
On the outside corner.
Steve Cishek heating up for the Mariners. Nick ahead 0-2, 2-out runner at first. Steve. Stoudemire Jr., pitching coach, got to like the way Taijuan Walker rebounded the back end of his 5 1/3 innings of work here today. Struck out 7, walked 2. The 0-2 from Nick. Struck him out. Beautifully done. Nick Vincent with a big strikeout of Max Kepler to end the 7th inning. And the Mariners lead it by the count of 4-3. Absolutely. And here's Mr. Cano to lead things off in the 8th, followed by Nelson Cruz, who's been like that. Smitty's on deck, so I guess I'm going to let him rest. I don't blame him. Smart move. Unless it's aggravating him.
Well, we saw all the tape that they had put on there. Again, it almost looked like a cast.
This one popped up. Catcher looks like he's got to play. He does. And he makes it. And I'm sure Nelly was saying, hey, I'm good to go anyway, Skip. And he had to sit him down. But take a look at Nelson Cruz. Look at his face, the pain, and we think he might be done for the day.
There you go. He takes a swing and miss, and he's in a lot of pain. He was grimacing in yesterday's game too, or last night's game. And for him to take this much time, but he gets back in there in his next swing. How about another home run, 41st of the year?
Seen grit in his teeth.
Yeah.
Man, oh man.
100 RBIs on the year.
On the button. Seth Smith pinch hitting. Career best for Nelly, 108 home runs. He's got 41. Career best 44. There's Seth Smith. Good guy to bring off the bench in a situation like this. Try to build on that 1-run lead.
Cishek continues to throw in the Mariners pen. Nice job by Nick Vincent.
Take by Smitty. Nick allowed just 1 base runner on a walk. 2 pop-ups, a fly out, 2 strikeouts. Pitch walk. works.
And that will bring out Paul Molitor.
Hall of Famer's going to make a pitching change here. 1 out, 1 on. A 1-run lead for the Mariners, trying to win this rubber game and head to Houston feeling real good. 4-3 Mariners. And as we come down the stretch they come, said Dave Johnson, the great track announcer. Here's a look at the remaining schedules. Tigers, Kansas City, and Cleveland. Tigers were worn out by Cleveland all year. Orioles have Toronto and the Yankees. Mariners, of course, have Houston and Oakland. Misting now.
Brian Presley going to take over for the Twins.
See how much of a factor the rain is. Mike Freeman pinch running at first for Seth Smith.
And as you can see, Presley has a good fastball. A fastball at 96 miles an hour. Curveball changeup to go with it. With 2 strikes, he will throw his curveball about 52% of the time.
Seager today 0 for 3, ground out, reaching the fielder's choice and grounded out the first. Early rain like this, how much of a pain is this for you?
I don't think it's going to bother the hitters much. I think the infielders have a tough time with it because the ball is obviously going to be wet, and if you have to make a throw and put something on it, it can be difficult, tricky at times. Pretty good curveball right there.
Especially ground ball through the grass, right?
That's it. It'll be wet. You have to make sure you get the seam. Sometimes you're better off getting rid of it quickly with less on it.
Seager down 0-2. They take the third baseman Sano, put him behind second base. Pretty good front moving in here right now. Now Sano and Polanco exchange positions. 0-2 to Kyle. All right, rain certainly breaking up this party here at Target Field. They are scattering. Foul back. Some folks brought ponchos, but they're in the minority.
Lines at the concessions are about to get long.
Good souvenir for the final couple innings of your home season here in Minnesota. Bounce foul.
Well, hopefully getting Nelson Cruz out of the game early. Seth Smith pinch hitting for him. Just trying to calm things down. They cannot afford to not have him in the lineup.
That is correct. Come on, I got a bunch of boomstick babies left. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
One and two to Seager. Freeman takes off. Pitch swung on and popped up. A long run for Grossman. He almost got there.
He was playing out towards left center. Had to cover a lot of ground, and he goes 2 rows deep, just out of his reach. Actually, maybe it went right off the side of his glove.
Freeman took off on that play. He's going to get a chance to prove what kind of a mutter he is here. Wet track. Fouled off again.
A lot of high fastballs. It's a good fastball. It's topped out at 96. That last one at 95. All those pitches. Top of the zone.
Rain's starting to pick up a little bit. 1 and 2. Swing and miss. Stay with a strikeout, 2 away here in the 8th. Stick around after today's game for a new episode of Mariners All Access. Get exclusive player interviews, behind the scenes footage, and Mariners stories you can't find anywhere else. If you do miss today's episode, tune in for re-airs throughout the week on Root Sports. For your local programming schedule, visit rootsports.com. Teo Lee, 0 for 3 today. Ball gets away. Freeman will get the second. And the actor tells him, hold it right there.
And another error for the Twins. That's a play that Vargas should handle.
Their status at the bottom of the league is well earned.
Yes. 3rd error of the ball game for him.
RBI opportunity for Deo.
Mariners are 0 for 5 runner in scoring position today. Tack on yesterday, 0 for 8 yesterday, so 0 for their last 13.
Not good.
Scoring the runs on the home run today.
Remember I told you about that Mets score? It was 11-0.
Yeah.
Final 17-0. They said Mets become an offensive juggernaut. Call it E3 on that last play. Deo trying to pick up Freeman. Track's a little bit slower now with the rain over the last few minutes, which is starting to abate just a little bit. Bounced up there. Nice play by Centeno. 2-1.
On a base hit, he will have to use good technique rounding third.
You bet.
Starts around a little bit early. Get a better angle coming around the bag.
If not, you can blow a tire.
That's it.
Deo 2-2. Steve Cishek will be at the ready. Deo down the line. It will get fouled. You folks at home were leaning that one fair. Mike and I were doing the same thing.
Wanted to see it on the chalk.
Absolutely. All right, the passing shower has moved on. Rain has stopped. Breaking the clouds. A little sun starting to show through. Shortstop. Base runner. Third baseman. Left fielder. Roof available to us in the next two series. Houston and back home in Seattle. Deo hits it right to the second baseman, Dozier. And that will do it. Runner stranded. Bottom 8, 4-3 Mariners. Lead. Mariners catcher Jesus Sucres had a whale of a day, hit a 2-run homer to put the Mariners in front. As we look at the Houston series forthcoming tomorrow, good matchups on the mound. Iwakuma, McHugh, Felix and Fires, Paxton and Pfister.
Good matchups and a lot on the line for both those clubs. Looking forward to seeing Felix go out there after his last outing. Really pitched well.
It was a money game for him.
Yep.
Really was.
Steve Cishek going to take over pitch in the 8th inning for the Mariners. It has become their setup, man. Originally was their closer. Spent some time on the DL, but now setting things up. This will be his 58th appearance on the year. ERA just over 3. 72 strikeouts, over 19 walks. Good numbers for him. Opponents hitting just 194. His fastball, low 90s, and a sweeping slider and occasional changeup to the lefties.
Vargas going to lead off, followed by Robbie Grossman and Juan Centeno. Vargas today strikeout looking, fly to left, and strikeout swing.
And I think that if Steve gets in any trouble at all, Diaz will be up in the bullpen in a hurry. He has not pitched in this series. A couple of good sliders from Steve.
Outside. Good high heat, strikes out Vargas. 3 consecutive Twins hitters have gone down on strikes. Start for Steve Cishek. Brings up Robbie Grossman. See if they can shut him down. This guy's been tough today. Infield hit, base hit to left, and a double right center field, and a run scored.
And with him retiring the first hitter, Edwin Diaz is going to get loose in the pen for the Mariners.
Wendell Statsing was outside. Here's Edwin. Bottom 9, Detroit trailing at home 12-9 to Kansas City. Tigers do have the tying run at the plate. Bottom of the 9th. Ray Davis pitching for KC. Yank foul. Runs today by Nelson Cruz and a 2-run shot by Jesus Sucre. The Mariners scoring this afternoon. Nelly with 41 homers, 100 runs batted in.
After a couple of sliders, tried the high fastball again.
Two. Full count to Grossman. Centeno, the catcher's on deck. Didn't want that. One out base runner. Tying run at first. Go ahead run. Coming to the plate for Juan Centeno. Anderson turned one double play. That was in the first. Centeno will walk, come back into the pitcher, and an RBI single. And Jam got it to get through the infield. Scored Grossman back in the 6th. O'Malley and Cano, double play depth up the middle. And Steve behind 2-1.
They missed with a slider down. 13 pitches, 6 strikes for Steve.
Big 2-1 pitch. Here's your double play opportunity. 1 and 2. Timing's everything, isn't it? Through the 8th. Mariners with a 4-3 lead. You guys have the right formula. A couple of insurance runs, maybe even more than a couple, and 3 outs. No doubt about it. Dave Sims, Mike Bowers, and Root Sports crew here. Top 9. Here's Martin. Big swing and a miss. Martin today. He's grounded out the second, walked and scored and struck out.
Good production from the bottom of the lineup between Martin, Sucre, and O'Malley.
Alex Presley continues on. This is right at us. Right below. Don't fall over, my man. Guy sitting in the first row right in front of us. It's just the baseball. Give me the willies every time I see a guy in the front row. 0-2 here to Martin. Have a hard time lately.
A hard time laying off that high fastball, especially with 2 strikes. Fairly consistent with that pitch.
Everybody's seeing it. Second strikeout from Presley.
Here comes the hitting star.
I'll say. What that home run, a 2-run shot in the 5th, made him 5 for his last 5. The next time up, he grounded out the 3rd. He opened up his ball game in the 3rd. Lead off double. They couldn't score him. 2-run homer. First homer of the year, 2nd of his career. On top of a high fastball and rode it out of here. Ooh, that hit him. Don't need any more injuries.
Check him. Check him. Check him.
Having a great day, and then he gets hit on the hand.
I think, yeah, on the hand or the wrist.
Golly.
It's like a fastball, 93 miles an hour. 2-seamer running in on him off the forearm. Yep. He's going to stay in the game. You look at our Primera Supremo and the 2-seam fastball right off his elbow.
There's base runner with 1 out, brings up Sean O'Malley, 1 for 3 with a double. Fastball for a strike at 95. Ooh. 1-2. John, first time up, took one deep to left center field. Doubled to right center and struck out. That's his day today.
Edwin Diaz ready to go in the pen for the Mariners. Just pacing himself out there, staying loose.
Presley, second man out of the pen for the Twins today. Alex Wimmers plays Hector Santiago, the starter. 1-2. Santiago started, went 5 2/3, a 5-hit 4-run ball, a walk and a strikeout, gave up 3 home runs. O'Malley battling here, 1-2. 22,092 they announced attendance today. Shot staying alive. And that one got Centeno, the catcher. He takes his shot. If you're just joining us, crew chief and working home plate today, Jerry Lane, third hitter of the ball game. Cano fouled one off and got Jerry up around the shoulder neck area, and it knocked him out of the ball game. So we've been working with 3 umpires today. Toby Basner, Trip Gibson, along with Hunter Wendelstedt.
And hopefully Jerry Lane is doing okay. Took him a while
Just
to get off the field, get some medical assistance. Hopefully he's okay.
And we're told that he's doing well, albeit with concussion-like symptoms. Finally swings through, 2 down. Final from Detroit. Kansas City, big help.
Yes.
Big help. And the Blue Jays rallied to beat the Yankees, which is also of help here. Orioles are off tomorrow and need them to go on a little losing scheme starting Tuesday. Tomorrow the Mariners will tee it up against Houston.
Yeah, on Tuesday, Dave, you and I are going to be Toronto Blue Jay fans for about 3 days.
Flip as many bats as you want, Joey Bats. Go ahead, my man. Yes, already flies out. Here we go, 9th inning. A 1-run lead to protect. They're going to bring in Edwin Diaz. Won by Jesus Sucre. Yes, you heard right. A 2-run shot, Jesus Sucre. And join us Tuesday during the Mariners game for our last Twitter Tuesday of the season. You're going to have 5 chances to win exciting prizes just by interacting with us on Twitter throughout the ball game. Going to be posting questions. Want to hear from you, so be sure to watch and follow us on Twitter at RootSports_NW. For giveaway rules, visit us at RootSports.com. Here's a look at the starting times here for the next series. 4:30 starts Pacific time and a 10:30 in a critical series for both teams, and the excitement, and hopefully Edwin Diaz can get his 3 outs here. The excitement will continue to build as we wend our way to Houston after this ball game.
Edwin Diaz going to take over. This will be his 46th appearance. 16 saves and 18 opportunities. 80 strikeouts and 46 in a third. Opponent's hitting .207 against the fastball, 95 to 100. Hard slider.
Byron Buxton, first man. And the heater at 96. Buxton, Dozier, and Polanco, 9-1-2 for the Twins. Inside again.
As at times that front shoulder will fly open and he'll pitch inside to the right-handers away from the left-handers.
2-0 to Buxton. Freeing him.
Good slider. Not want to walk Buxton. He's one of the fastest guys in the American League.
Amen. There's a strike.
And then you have Dozier waiting on deck. 42 home runs on the year.
Correct. Seager guarding the line at third. Pitch from Diaz. Swing and a miss.
Everybody clap your hands.
Diaz composing himself. He's ready. 3-2 pitch here to Buxton. Open up the home ninth. 4-3 lead. Mariners pitch. Struck him out. Caught a break. He chased it. There's one down.
It takes advantage of the good fastball. It's so difficult just to lay off that high fastball from him. Have to get the bat started early because of the velocity, and Dave, you're right, helped him out. High riding fastball at 96 miles an hour.
Interesting match here.
Has to keep the ball away from him.
Absolutely.
And Dozier can hit a high fastball, a good high fastball.
We saw him do that over the last couple of years against the Mariners. And here's a pop to center field. Easy play, Martin. He jumped on the first pitch and didn't get it all quick. 2 outs.
Yeah, it was a good slider from him. Hits it off the end of the bat. Kind of a weak swing. He was all in on the fastball, cheating on the heater. Kind of a half swing on that slider.
He realized halfway through that swing he knew he was done.
Too late.
Swing fooled me. 2 outs. Here's Polanco. Strike at the bottom of the zone.
98 miles an hour on that fastball.
They'll take it. Four-three Mariners. 2 Nelly Cruz home runs and a 2-run shot by Sucre. Break on the first one. 1-1. Diaz in put away mode. And he got it done. Here comes Martin calling everybody off. Ball game over. Mariners win it 4-3. Take 2 out of 3 here in Minnesota. Keep fighting, boys. Keep fighting.
Getting a little bit of help from Kansas City, beating Detroit today. That certainly is nice. The Mariners get the win. Taijuan Walker, good adjustment today. Struggled a little bit through the first couple of innings. Made an adjustment. Ends up picking up the win in this one. And how about Nelson Cruz with a couple of home runs. 4 home runs in the 3-game series. And Jesus Sucre, a couple of hits, a double, and a 2-run home run. Home runs prove to be the difference for the Mariners this afternoon.
Hope is still very much alive as the Mariners keep on fighting. We head to Houston. We'll talk to you from there. Right now, Mariners postgame presented by Delta Airlines with Angie and Bill starts, or Angie and Dave Valley starting right now.